Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel D Creations Resources. We are looking at different aspects of statistics, research methodology, and let us have a topic which is, of course, mainly a topic from statistics, but which is very relevant for research analysis, and that topic is dispersion. So, in our earlier episode, we have spoken about the requirement or why basically dispersion is necessary. So, we described different measures of central tendency such as mean, mode, median, etc. And we saw how they don't give complete information about the data given. We had taken two data sets, if you are able to recall. So there we saw that even though these numbers were calculated, the spread or the variation in the data was not accounted for anywhere in these measures of central tendency. So in order that that happens, we need to have measure of dispersion. So now there are different measures of dispersion. So let us have a look at different types. The first and foremost type, the simplest one, is range. Now, the word itself gives you a hint as to what it would mean. So, in the data, we have variety of numbers, and if we calculate the difference of maximum and minimum value of each series, then that determines the range. So this gives us some basic idea about the spread or the variation in the data. But then we move on to another kind of measure of dispersion, which basically tells you the difference of the values from the central tendency. So, for example, if mean is the central tendency, there will be a measure of dispersion which tells you the difference of the values from mean. Now you would say that if you consider mean and if you see the deviation of numbers from it, some of the numbers will be negative and some will be positive. And obviously, if you take the addition of all these, then finally you'll just get zero. That is, the deviation will just vanish. So in order to avoid that, we are going to consider absolute value. So if A is the point, fixed point from which mean deviation is denoted, then we are looking at mod of xi minus A, where xi is one of the numbers in the set. And if there are, say, n values in the set, it will be summation of I going from 1 to n of modulus of xi minus A. And this entire summation that you get, the number that you would get, you are going to divide it by the number of values. So, summation of I going from 1 to n of mod of xi minus A, whole thing divided by n, where n is the number of values. So just like how mean deviation can be taken for a point that is mean around the mean, you can also take mean deviation around the median. Let us try to find out the mean deviation of a given data set around the mean of that data set. So let us take a simple example that the data set consists of 5 points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you have to find the mean deviation around the mean. So first you have to find the mean, and obviously you will add it up. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Addition is 15, and you divide it by the number of points, which is 5. So 15 by 5 is 3. And actually, just by observation, you could have told that the mean here is 3. So now you want to find out the mean deviation around 3. So it's going to be, if you recall the formula, summation of I going from 1 to 5 of mod of xi minus 3. And this whole summation will be divided by 5, which is the number of points. That means mod of 1 minus 3 plus mod of 2 minus 3 plus mod of 3 minus 3 plus mod of 4 minus 3 plus mod of 5 minus 3. And what does that give you? That is going to give you 6. So if you divide it by the number of points, that is 5, 6 by 5 is 1.2. So the mean deviation of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around mean is 1.2, and of course mean is 3. And for the same data set, what is the range? Maximum value minus minimum value. So 5 minus 1, which is 4. So this gives you some idea about the spread of the numbers in the data set. Now there are other types of dispersion as well, and the calculation also depends on the nature of the data. Whether the data is ungrouped data or whether it is grouped data matters. So in some of the later episodes we are going to talk about these aspects as well. Thank you.